All right, Sean Bormet back with another 5 questions. It's signing day today. We've got a class that I know you really like. They're not quite all signed and delivered. We're still waiting on a couple of them today, so you can't quite mention everybody by name. But tell us what you like so much about this class.
Yeah, signing day is always exciting for us coaches. Obviously, we recruit these guys early, they commit, and then you get to signing day. And, it's exciting for their families, exciting for their schools, exciting for their communities, our fan base, our alumni. Usually the phone starts blowing up a lot when they start seeing names. So, great class. We got guys from Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, California, Oklahoma, and New York. So that's this 2024 class so far, but just exciting style of wrestling, big point scorers, some real pinners in that group, great work ethic, great young men with great character. And one of the things I like about this group is as much success as they've already had, I think all of them still have a tremendous upside based on where they're at technically and tactically and even in just their physical development. So super excited for this class and excited about just how all the momentum and the excitement around this class has been so far today.
I wanted to ask you about last weekend, too. There's a lot going on. Hall of Honor. Mason was on the football field coming off of, his Hodge Trophy. He just finished at, gold at Pan Am. So lots going on. What did your weekend look like?
Yeah, it was a busy weekend. We had a lot of recruits here,
Yeah.
Big recruits, that 2025 class, big recruiting weekend, night game in Ann Arbor. Doesn't get a lot better than that during football season. Mason Paris was an honorary captain for the football team, so he was honored on the field, spent the whole pregame down there with the team. I know he even gave a speech to the football team pregame. So great to see him down the field. He was, all over the field, president, AD, our recruits. Ryan Bertine was into the Hall of Honor, which is a big thing for any Michigan athlete that gets into that Hall of Honor. Very, very elite criteria to be considered and get inducted. So, Ryan Bertine, actually his wife, April Bertine, was a field hockey player at Michigan. And, super excited for them. They're the first married couple to be inducted into the Hall of Honor, which was pretty cool. And my history goes back with Ryan all the way to high school when I was recruiting him, and his wife actually in field hockey, because when we moved back to Ann Arbor, she was a pretty significant coach and role model for our daughter Zoe in field hockey. So it was super exciting for them. They were on the field, displayed all over the big house. And, so just great wrestling representation all over at that night game, and especially with all our recruits in town.
What made Ryan Bertine so special? 2-time national champion, 4-time All-American. He's incredibly successful, off the mat now and in his adult life. What made him such a special guy? Still to this day, I guess.
Yeah, he's just got tremendous habits all around. But I remember the first time I saw him wrestle, he was a sophomore. And I flew into Cleveland and watched St. Ed's wrestle Providence Catholic High School, which is my old high school. And they had a good team then. And I wanted to see the dual meet. And I actually went there to watch some juniors and seniors. But I saw Ryan Bertine wrestle as a sophomore earlier. He was in a lighter weight then. And his style of wrestling and just the way he carried himself, I just knew he was going to be a winner. So I actually started to recruit him at Wisconsin at the time. And then that 99-2000 season, I came to Michigan. I was training and coaching here. And Ryan was kind of like one of the first recruits that I actively really worked with Coach McFarland on to get here to Michigan. And you could just see the way he carried himself and the way he approached everything he did in his training. He was like very, he did everything with excellence, very detailed, very consistent. I'd say his consistency in his approach and the standards standards and habits that he had for himself always separated him and gave him the confidence to compete the way he did. And I've watched him as a business owner, and the way he is as a husband and a father. Like, it's just, he sets high standards, he lives them, he's got great habits, unbelievable work ethic, and he's also incredibly talented. So definitely one of our very special Wolverines.
All right, looking ahead to next weekend, we're sending a big group of guys to the Michigan State Open. What do you want to see out of this weekend? Kind of round to round, match to match, guy to guy.
Yeah, super excited for the guys to finally get out of the Bonnet, get their hands on some other opponents, and really just really we're just excited to see them compete. We want to see them just bring the energy and intensity. We're going to be evaluating a lot from, especially with the younger guys, from their their warm-up routine, pre-match routine. We've simulated some of that stuff, but this will be their first real competition, at this college level. So, and then just some of the basic principles of their wrestling, just winning ties and attack rate and ability to ride in key moments, ability to get transitional takedowns to back points. So much of this has changed with 3-point takedown, 4-point near fall. You can really pile up the points with certain wrestling tactics. So, really just executing fundamentals, wrestling as hard as they possibly can. Really excited to see how hard some of these guys are going to wrestle this weekend and how hard they're going to compete. We've had a great fall, great preseason and fall training. So I know the guys are excited, and we're excited to coach them.
Fans are going to have to wait one more week for most of our veteran guys, and our starters are not wrestling this weekend. So what's the plan for them as they're focus more on next weekend and those dual meets?
Those guys are going to continue to train through this week. We're going to actually do another simulation with them, get them down to scratch weight, make sure they're competing after that, just like they would in a dual meet or any kind of match. So going to do another simulation with them, but just to continue to train and get them sharp and ready for those 2 dual meets the following weekend, and then also that Cliff Keen Las Vegas invite. So that's really the plan, is just to keep them focused, keep them training, and be on top of their weight management.
All right, Sean, good luck with everything this weekend. Go Blue.
Yeah, go Blue.